we've done the first two characters. We should probably do the witch, at the very least, just to see what it's all about. Hey, stickily to you too. Welcome to a very special episode of Dicey Dungeons. Now, it wouldn't be Halloween without a visit from my little witch. I'm so excited to be here. I can't wait to meet new challenges and maybe even one or two new friends, aka the new enemies. They're enemies, my dear, new enemies. You know, I once saw a photo of a sunset over a beach, and there was a quote on it that stuck with me. It said, "An enemy is just a friend that you haven't yet convinced to like you." I mean, in this context, enemies are very specific dungeon creatures that are going to try and defeat you. And because this is a Halloween special event just for you, you only get one turn to beat each one. But you know what? I love your energy. Let's get started. Oh my god, what? If you fail, they recover to full health, and your spells will reset. What? Oh, I hate it already. We get Bump, Magic Spear, and Spanner. Okay, so we have to try to get to Magic Spear, which requires 2 2s. Ah, but you can't prepare your spells. Huh? We probably have like 50 dice. Flee immediately, jetpack. Combine dice. Spanner combines dice. Okay, so how do we get 2s, 6s in one turn? Oh, you know what? No. We have to beat them in one turn. We don't have to beat them in turn 1. That's the key here. So what we can do is we can put out a bump. We can put out another bump. We can Magic Spear. We can bump. We can bump. We can Magic Spear. We can do 10 damage. Maybe it's puzzly? Oh, okay. Next level, 0. Maybe it's puzzly. Maybe there's a solution for each fight. Or maybe it's random. Because we rolled a 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? It's a puzzle for each fight. It's a puzzle game. This is a puzzle game. This is BaBa is you. Okay, I kind of like it now. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Tetraphobia, Vice Grip, and Wrecking Ball. What the heck is Tetraphobia? Do 4 damage. What the heck is Vice Grip? Return 2 of the difference between dice. What the heck is Wrecking Ball? Do 4 damage, reduce cooldowns by 4. So we need to get 4s. Or we get 1s, we make Tetraphobias, and then we wreck. That seems pretty easy. Oh, hello! I was really hoping you'd come and see my costume. Wait, sorry, I mean, woo, I'm a ghost! Adorable. Puzzle Witch seems a million times more fun than not Puzzle Witch. Jesus Christ. I kind of agree. Okay, so Demon. I have no idea what Demon does. We also have 4 upgraded spell slots, and we have a Blizzard, do damage and freeze 2 dice. Fury spell, an even to repeat attack, and Vice Grip returns 3 of the difference between dice. So we have to remember what everything does because we're going to be playing those spells. Now we have Demon. Now it doesn't matter what Demon does. Do 1 damage and heal completely, wrong answer. Okay, so you have 6 tries. It's actually pretty cool. Blizzard, Fury, Vice Grip. Blizzard does... We can make it do double damage with Fury, but do we need to? We might need to. I mean, here's the thing. We know we can create 4s. So if we can create 2 2s and a bunch of 4s, we can do 8 damage. Nah, that's not gonna work. Gallery's the hardest level in BaBa. They keep skipping numbers is the only thing in Gallery. Alright, let's see. I would like to use the 6 for Blizzard, however, we might want to use it for Vice Grip. I imagine we're gonna have to use Fury with 2 2s. I kinda hate it though. You know, actually, wait a minute. You can Fury. Vice Grip returns 3 of the difference between dice. We can put in a 6 and a 4 to get multiple 2s. So if we get multiple 2s or 3s, we might be able to do a lot of damage that way. Or if we just get a lot of 1s, we can just get a bunch of blizzards out. Like if we get 1. If we fill up the board with blizzards, right? How much damage can we do? Not much, because we don't have the dice for it. We need more dice. We need literally more dice. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately you can't hover over the spells, which is really dumb. So you have to remember what they do. Blizzard will freeze 2 dice, doesn't matter. It just does damage combined in 2 dice. Fury requires an even to do a double attack. Vice Grip returns triple. We could Fury Vice Grip to get 2s. So like, Vice Grip, six, 4. Then you 2 2 2 1 5 2. No, I have no idea. There's some clunkiness with the game's UI. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can't even see what the spell does in combat. You just have to remember. This is an interesting one. I don't really know what to do here against a demon. Like, we're gonna have to Vice Grip something to create dice, but what should we create? High value rolls like a 5 to put in Blizzard, or 2s so we can play Fury spell in order to get Blizzard. So I'm like, okay, what if you do Vice Grip? Return 3 of the difference between dice. Okay, what about a 4-2? Why didn't I think of that? Then you can Fury. Repeat next attack. It'll do 11 damage twice. It'll do 22 damage. I kept thinking that I had to spend the 2, but instead we could use the 2 with the 4 in order to get more 2s. There you go. Whoa, super cool demon losing to a weirdo dice. You better not tell anybody about this. Also, tunnel snakes rule! Yeah, these are getting a little weird. Let's go down to the next floor. There's only 3 left. Mummy. Okay. Huh? Mouse over to preview. These are not upgraded spell slots. Do 0 damage, add 1 on each item used. So we need to get a lot of backstabs in order to do a lot of damage, I think. What? Bump Blade, do 1 damage, get a new dice value plus 1. I guess Bump Blade does damage itself. Needs a 3. Needs a 3. Or we can Bump Blade a 6. You have to do 19 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Max of 5, so you can't put a 6 in here. And we can play backstabs, but we can only really play one of them because we got to dump 3s into it. So we're probably not going to play the 3. Like, we can play a 1, a 2, and a 3 into the first backstab that we play, but we can't really play the 4, 5, or 6, except we can use that to create more bump blades. But like if we 1, 1, 2, that creates 3 3s. right? So if we 1, 1, 2, 5, we can 6. Then we can 4 into a 5 and play the 5 and then dump dice into it. I mean, that's, as far as I know, that's all we can do. I don't think backstabs grow in other backstabs. I think it only grows the one backstab. So I kind of feel like 1, 2, 2. Then we have 3 3s that we can dump into a backstab. We should bump a 5 into a 6 so we can play another bump blade. We should play a bump blade to bump the 4. I don't really feel like we should play another bump blade, but what else are we gonna do? Yeah, this is not gonna work. I mean, maybe it'll work. I really don't think so, though. Oh, add 1 on each item use! Right, okay. So all we need is 2 3s and we got him. Alright, I get it. It's not on each backstab use, it's each item use. Okay. I've never actually used backstab, so I didn't understand it. So all we need to do is save another dice at the very end and we got him. Okay, so 1, 2, 2. Then we can just, like, 4. 5, 5, 6, 3. It's something like that. I know we failed again, but we'll figure it out. What the hell? We could probably play the 1s in order to create backstabs. I think we should probably use the 4s and 5s to get more bump blades out, to get more equipment usages out, because that's what we need to do. So if we're doing it like that, but we need to create 3s to play the backstabs. We need at least 2. So we can just make 2. Like that. I'll make another one. I'm not thinking, I'm not like looking forward to the answer anymore. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just kind of playing dice. It's probably the wrong method of going about it, but you know what? Whatever. Then 5, 4. Give me a bump blade. Give me a bump blade. I screwed it up again. I did the same thing. I spent 1 too many dice on that. I have to admit, there's a couple of things about this that I don't like. One is that, I mean, it's a puzzle game, but if you lose 6 times, you just kind of go back to the beginning. You can't preview anything. There's no counter on how many equipments you've used. It's just like, I kind of hate it. But it doesn't matter. We'll keep going as much as we can. What the hell? Just flee. Okay, you have 19 HP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus 6. Plus 7. So we have to use 6 bump blades and then do 2 attacks. That's an attack. That's a bump blade. That's a bump blade. We can turn that into an attack. That'll summon we can use these to summon backstabs. So, boonk, get a 3, boonk, get a 6. Replace them. Boonk, 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 hit. I've started thinking ahead. It's what it boils down to. Okay, we'll have 2 3s. That's 6 and 7 damage, plus the 6 from the bump blades, that's 19 damage. 1 6 5 turns into 2 6. Then we have 2 bump blades out. Play this 1 2 3 4. Play it, have 5 5 5 3 3. Yeah, that should work. Put that 3 over there so I don't lose it. Alright. Fine, we'll look ahead at the puzzles and figure them out. It's Cornelius! Oh my god. Okay, we start with 2 daffodils, we'll have 2 mana. We're gonna have 6 dice. We have 1 upgraded slot. Like this sucks because we have 4 spells, 1 upgraded slot. We have to memorize what everything does, upgraded and non-upgraded, in order to actually have the ability to plan out what we need to kill him. This is where the game's UI is just like, I fucking hate it. You know, because what else are we gonna do? We have to actually try the fight. We have to try to memorize everything. I kind of feel like taking print screens of all this and then just having it on my second monitor because it's just, the game is annoying. So you know what? Paint. Yes, I'm using MS Paint for this. We'll go to Dicey Dungeons and print screen. Why did it take a print screen of Snapdragon? Oh my god, that's gonna take forever. You know what? Whatever, we'll wing it. Snapdragon on even gains mana. Magnifying glass. Double dice value cost 1 instead triple. Double dice value cost 1 instead triple. Oh no, it goes from max 3 to anything. Summer solstice. 2 evens, do damage, cost 4, triple damage. What's the upgrade? Any dice. Daffodil, min 4, min 2. Dice value -1. What I need is someone in like Twitch chat right now to just write all this down. But you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it. Okay, so Daffodil goes from a min 4 to a min 2. The other thing goes from a max 4? No, it goes from even to anything. I keep punching my microphone. Magnifying glass goes from max 3 to anything. Okay, and then the last one, Snapdragon, goes from 6 mana, gains mana, to an even gains mana. Okay. And this costs 1, this costs 4. That costs 1, that costs 4. Okay. I think I've written down all of the information I need to solve the puzzle. Fuck you, game. Alright. Alright, I got it. Alright, I got 2 mana. We have to do 42 damage. Okay, Summer Solstice. It does 4 damage, or times 4 damage if you have 4... No, does it do double damage? Oh my god, how much damage does Summer Solstice do, guys? I forgot, because the fucking UI in this game is garbage, and I didn't write it down. Magnifying glass can increase value. Times 3 damage, okay. Okay, times 3 damage, 42 damage. Times 3 damage. Magnifying glass costs 1 to triple value instead of doubling value. Okay, if you put a 3 on the upgraded slot, spend 1 to triple a 6, ergo you get 3 6s. Okay, so we can get 3 6s very easily. With 3 6s, we can gain a lot of mana. But we need 2s, which we cannot get. No, we can get a 2 by using the 4 in the 2. Then we have Summer Solstice, but we only have a 1 and a 5 available for Summer Solstice. So what we need to do, I think, is Magnifying Glass after we put the 4 in Daffodil to gain a 3 to Magnifying Glass again in order to get more 6s, because we need to get 6s to do damage with Summer Solstice. If we put 2 6s into Summer Solstice, we're doing, absurd damage. That's fine. That's great. 2 6s times 3 will do 36 damage, and then all we need to do is 2 Snapdragons. That's enough. So we're going to Magnifying Glass. I can't create more 2s. I only need to create 1 2. No, we can create a 2. We have to put the Daffodil on the upgraded slot, because it'll take min 2 instead of min 4. We can turn a 4 into a 3 into a 2. But we need 2 3s. How do you make 2 3s? Well, we got a 5. We can do something with the 5. What do we do with the 5? We put it in the first Daffodil to turn it into a 4. Then we put it into a second Daffodil to turn it into a 3, but we need another Daffodil. However, we don't have to spend a 6. We can save a 6 by putting Snapdragon on the upgraded spell slot, and then we can dump a 4 into that to get extra mana. Why do we need to keep getting extra mana? Because we need to spend mana with the Magnifying Glass. We're gonna have to spend 2 Magnifying Glasses to get the 6s that we need. So it's gonna be oh my god, I pulled my headphones out of the freaking slots. Sorry. Right, so I think what we're gonna have to do is Magnifying Glass, upgraded slot. Dump a 6 into it. You're gonna get 3 6s out of it and go down to 1 mana. With 3 6s, you're gonna put 1 6 here, 1 6 here, which saves 2 6s. No, but you need another 6. No, but we're gonna get 6s with Magnifying Glass? What was Magnifying Glass gonna give us? Maybe we don't need 2 Magnifying Glasses? No, we have to do the damage somehow. Thanks to, we have to, we need more 6s. So we can dump a 6 into Magnifying Glass to get triple. 3 6s. Dump 1 6 here, we'll have 2. Dump a 4 in there, gain 2 mana. Dump a 5 4 in here to get another 3. Play the 3, play the 6s, you'll get more 6s. You can put 1 6 here. And then 1 2 3 4. We'd have an extra 6. That doesn't seem right. The UI really makes this very shit. I mean, you literally just have to remember what everything does, upgraded and unupgraded, because there's no option to preview anything in this game. Like, I mean, day 1 of Dicey Dungeons, I knew that was something that I wanted. I want to see what the upgrades do. I want to see what the weakens do. Because as is, like, I can't even show you guys anything watching. I just have to kind of run it through in my head. And I'm trying to like keep track of the dice that I'm creating as I'm doing this, because it's like, okay, well, Magnifying glass, the upgraded slot, you put a 6 into it, you have 3 6s. You put a 6 in the Snapdragon and put it on here, and then you put a 4 in here, then you have 2 6s. You can put 1 6 here, you'll have 1 6. You can dump a 5 and a 4 in order to get another 3. You put 3 here, you gain more 6s. Then all of a sudden you have 3 6s, Daffodil, but you can't really do anything with the 6s because you don't have a second 2. You need to put Daffodil here and put a 3 on the Daffodil slot to get a second 2. But if you're doing that, you're not getting the 3. No, you can get 3 with the 4 and the 5 in order to get the next 3. But then what are you doing with the extra 6? Why do we have an extra 6 out of this? Which means that I think that my math is wrong. But I suppose we just have to do it anyways. It either works or it doesn't. So Daffodil here. We need a second 2, so we're gonna dump the 3 into it because that's what's gonna happen. All right, so we got the 2s. Then we need another 3, and we need another 4. We need something that's even. This will do it. Then magnifying glass. Except this is wrong, because we're gonna need another... six, I think? We need 1 more mana to do this now. Because Summer Solstice requires 4 mana, I think, to do triple damage. So like I can Snapdragon and gain mana. I can Summer Solstice, cost 4 to do triple damage, but I don't have the mana for it. I don't even have the dice to create any more mana, so obviously we messed something up. Trying to think what it would be. I mean, instead of putting the 4 in the Snapdragon, if we could have put the 6 in the Snapdragon that we created, but we don't need to create it if that's what we're doing. We can just use the Snapdragon here on the left. That would accomplish basically the same thing, giving us an extra 6, but then what the hell are we doing with the 6? What's upgraded Summer Solstice do? 2 people literally asked that at the same time. Summer Solstice upgraded doesn't require evens, it'll take any dice, but I think you gotta put 6s in there because triple 6 is 36 damage. Or triple double 6 is 36 damage, and then plus 6 damage from Snapdragons, that's 42 damage. So we have to hit 2 Snapdragons and Summer Solstice with triple damage with 2 6s each. So that's like, And we can only create 1 Daffodil, by the way. We only have the access to 1/1, and we can't get another one. I suppose we could if we Magnifying Glass and don't spend mana. Oh, maybe that's what you do. No, but you have to spend mana because you have mana. You can't not spend mana with Magnifying Glass. So we can Magnifying Glass. Okay, if we Magnifying Glass with this 3 and this 4 within this Daffodil, we can turn this 6 into 5 6s. 5 6s. With 5 6s, you can gain mana and gain mana. don't know. No, wait. We don't need to gain that much with the 6s. What if instead of getting 5 6s, we dupe one of the 6s to get 3 of them, and then we dupe one of the 5s to get 3 5s? No, except it's not 3 5s. Wait a minute. Also, why is my math wrong on this? Okay. Put a 6 into magnifying glass, you get 3 of them. You take 1, you put it back into magnifying glass, you get 3 of them, total of 5. If we put a 5 into one of them, the 5 will turn into a 15, which gives us another 3 back. So if we 3 the 5 and then 3 the 6, we'll get 2 6s and a 3 out of it, right? So if we do that, then we can easily, 4 to create a 2. We'll have a 2. So we'll have this 3 and this 5 to create 2 6s. We have a 2. This 4 will create a 2. This 6. Will that create a 3? This 6 will go into Snapdragon to gain 2 mana. We might have to... we could get another 3, I think. So 3... Oh my god, I like... This game is not designed for puzzle elements. You 3 the 5, you get 15, which is... I got a pen somewhere, right? Okay, I got a pen, and I got a receipt from Bed Bath & Beyond for a SodaStream cylinder. So you know what? This is good enough. All right. The 3 and the 5 will turn into a 6, and a 3. Then we will turn a 3 and a 6 into a 6, and a 6. So if we do that, we'll have 4 6s using a 3, a 5, and a 6. And then we also have a 1, a 2, and a 4. So we'll have 1, 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6. And that's using no daffodils, no snapdragons. We need to make a 2, which we can use with the 4 going into a daffodil to turn it into a 3, and then into another daffodil to turn it into another 2. And then the 2 and the 2 will be used to make a summer solstice. So they'll be done. That leaves us with a bunch of 6s and a 1. We need 2 6s for the summer solstice, which means we have 2 6s and a 1. If we put 1 6 into Snapdragon on the left, we can get 2 mana, but we need to play another Snapdragon. We can create another Snapdragon, but we can't play it because we don't have an even. We only have a 1, because the 1 is the only thing that we're not using if we have Daffodil being out there. So the 3 and the 5, it's 15. That's a 6, a 6, and a 3. The 3 and the 6 will be turned into a 6, 6, 6. What about a 3 and a 4? What would that get us? 4 would turn into 2 6s, but why would you do that when you can just use 6s? You know what I mean? Just get another dice out of it. We need dice, and we need to do something with the 1, but I don't know what to do with the 1. The daffodil, it just seems like this one, I don't understand what we do with that. I guess what we could do is, hold on. Turn the 3 and the 5 into 663. Turn the 3 and the 6 into 666. Then we would have a 1, 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6. Then we could actually play another magnifying glass in order to double something, not triple it. If we were to double something, we could get another 6. Or we could double the 1 and get another 2. I think. I don't know how that would help, is the only thing. Like, if we put a 4 into a daffodil, it turns into a 3. You can play the 3, and then double the 1 into a 2. That way you can use it. But then what do you do with the daffodil that you have? Reduce something by 1? Turn a 6 into a 5? That doesn't really help you with Snapdragon, does it? Nope. What am I missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? What are we missing? This is a great episode. This is a fantastic episode. Dicey Dungeons is a great game with a great UI, and it's totally meant to be a puzzle platformer. Yeah. There's a reason why in a game like BaBa Is You, the controls are Z to undo. You can do anything you want. If you die, whatever, you just go back and you solve the puzzle. The point is solving the puzzle, not living. You know? That's why in Super Meat Boy, a lot of care was made into making the deaths not seem frustrating, not seem like you're wasting your time. You're getting better, you're practicing, and then at the end, once you win, you get to see a nice little montage of like your last 50 deaths or whatever it is, you know. The deaths happen quickly, you get them over with. We only have 2 more tries to do the entire run before we go back to the beginning and fight new enemies who all probably have new puzzles as well, which is kind of annoying. But let's see what happens when you fail. So, a 3 into a 5 gives us a 6, 6, 3. Then you can take a 3 into a 6 and get a 6, 6, 6, 6. So now we have... Actually, my math was wrong. We have 1, 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, actually. Good thing you actually, you know, eventually go through the effort of attempting this, because, you know, then you realize, hey, your math was wrong. So now that we have a 1, 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, I miscounted the 6s apparently, although I don't really know where that other 6 came from. Oh, because we had another 6 anyways. Right, okay, I see where it came from now. So now that we have a 1, 2, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. We use the 4, turn it into a 3, turn it into a 2. By using the 1 as well to turn it into a 2. Then you turn both 2s into a summer solstice. 2 6s go into that. Then you have a 6/6/6. You create 2 snapdragons. You play them. You get 4 mana, and then you kill the enemy. Okay, so I miscounted the 6s, which is what caused me to kind of get stuck there for a minute. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Daffodil on the upgraded slot. We're going to drop the 4 into a 3. Drop the 3 into a 2. And then we should just be able to play this into Snapdragon, but not yet. What we want to do is this. 6/6. 2 2 6 6. Oh my fucking god, we've done it. You win! It's the boss, which versus Pumpkin Spice. AKA, what is his name? Oh, hello, Michael Jackson. Pumpkin Spice, AKA, oh my god, Tom Hanks, SNL, Jack M. Pumpkin, whatever his name is. I forget. Welcome to my lair. I have a pumpkin and a decorative lantern. I'd love to return the favor. I didn't look at what the upgraded spells do. Oh my god. Alright, well, you know what? Retreat. If I didn't look at what the upgraded spells do, then there's just literally no chance. I guess we could have fled immediately. You know what? That's why you have the jetpack. They knew their UI sucked, and so they let you do it. They let you flee immediately. Fucking Christ. Alright. Okay. Yes, this is a special, air quotes, super special bonus round in Dicey Dungeons. Totally 100% indicative of the standard method of play of the game. Don't worry about anything. David S. Pumpkin. That's his name. Thank you. David. I couldn't get the name David into my head. It's David S. Pumpkin. What's the S stand for? Spooky? I don't know. Consume spell slot in blank to do 5 times damage. Vice grip, return difference between dices, chisels, dice value -1, roll a 1, 2 uses this turn. How much HP did he have? Like 105, I think. We're going to stay at this screen for a little while until we find a solution. That way we can actually, look at what the fucking spells do. Alright, Harvest Scythe. Consume spell and slot blank to do 5 times blank damage. I would like to play 6s in these, because if you play 6s, 5 times 6 is 30 damage. That's 90, which is not enough. We'd have to do more damage than that. Consume spell and slot blank to do 5 times blank damage. Consume spell and slot. Okay, I've never actually used consume spell abilities before. I think what it does is it removes the spell from your spell book, but I'm not entirely sure. So, and all of those are the same. Chisel reduces dice value and rolls a 1. So we can use Chisel to get Harvest Scythe. Vice grip can return differences. Doppel dice doubles dice value, which you can use to make 6s. You can turn a 5 into a 10. Okay. You need to find a way of doing 105 damage, I think it's 105, on a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Question, will Harvest Scythe, consume spell and slot blank, actually work if you've already consumed the spell? I don't know, because I've never used this before. Question, what is 30? Actually, what is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 times 5? 105. Okay, I understand. The gimmick is you have to consume every spell slot. That equals 105 damage exactly. So we have to play Harvest Scythe 6 times and then put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6 in each one. So that's the gimmick. That's the damage that we have to do. How do we get there? We need to play either a 1, or 3, or a 5 6 times, have the dice for them, and also be able to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in reserve. That's all we need. That's all we need. That's all we need. And we're going to have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on turn 1. So what if we chisel? We use the 4 into a chisel. If we do that, then we can, put a 6 in there in order to chisel it down to a 5, and then to a 4, then to a 3, then to a 2. We'll have a lot of 1s. We'll be able to use the 1s to make Harvest Scythe. It seems like chisel getting 1s is how you would get Harvest Scythe. Makes a lot of sense to me. Vice Grip, you can return the difference between dice. I don't see why you would use that when you can just use Doppel Dice to gain more dice, but I guess you can't get a Doppel Dice out if you have chiseled 6. So you probably want to probably want to Doppel Dice the 5, which will get you a 6 and a 4. If you get a 6 and a 4, you could double again, and you could make the 4 into a 6 and a 2. You can actually get a lot of value out of Doppel Dice, getting you nearly infinite dice. Can you actually go infinite? Like if you use Vice Grip Doppel Dice to get differences between dice and then doppling them, can that work? Like if you Doppel Dice and then 6, 1, you can get 5s, and then you can keep duplicating the 5s. Dude, you might be able to go infinite. Like if you have a 6 and you put that into creating a Doppel Dice, it can be used twice. Double dice value to use this turn, max 5. You can't put a 6 into it. If you put a 5 into that, you're going to get a 6 and you're going to get a 4. Dun 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 dun. No. Yeah. And then if you take the 6, if you take the 2, and if you make a Vice Grip, you can take the 6 into that with the 1, to get 3 5s. So you can take those 3 5s, and you can put another one back into the Doppel Dice to get another 6 and a 4. So then you'd have a extra 6 and a couple of extra 4s. Well, what do you do with the 4s? You can just put a chisel out, and you can go down to as many 2s and 1s as you want. And in fact, having spent a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you end up with having a 3 and a 4, a 4, a 4, a 5, a 5, and a 6. Then with the chisel, if you spend the chisel to get a 4, and then you dump another 4 into that, you can turn that 4 into a... What use is this turn? You can turn it into a 3 and a 1, and then a 2 and a 1, and a 1. So you would have, in the end, a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. You can create infinite dice, I think. And if you can create infinite dice, you just create infinite dice, and then eventually you have enough. So if you can create infinite dice, if I'm right about this, then this is a pretty easy encounter, because you just go infinite. You know, get 6 ones, you get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're done. You win. So let's see what happens. I think I got it. We still have the jetpack, our limit break, so we can always leave if this doesn't work, if we fail after the first attempt here. So what I'm thinking is if you play the 6, you get the double dice out. 2 uses this turn. You put a 5 into it. This will give you a 6 and a 4. Put it here. Then we take a 2 to make a vice grip. Put that one up here. Turn 3, the difference between dice. We're gonna put a 1 and the 6 that we created into that to get 3 5s. With one of the 5s, we're gonna make another 6 4. Thanks to the doppel twice. Now, what we should have is a 3, a 4 4 4, a 5 5, and a 6. Then you take a 4, you make a chisel. With the chisel, you take another 4, you chisel it down into a 3 and a 1, and then you chisel the 3 down into a 2, a 1, and a 1. Then you count up your dice, you have a 1 and a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 5, a 6, which is more dice than we started with. And we still have all the dice that we started with, meaning that we have actually gained 2 dice. We gained a 1 and we gained a 5, which means that we can just keep doing this infinitely, chisel a 5 into making another 4. We can gain an infinite number of dice, which means that this should be easy. All we need to do is keep doing it again and again and again and again and again, get a lot of dice. So, how does that work? Start back up at the beginning. You want to play a 6, a 2, and a 4. So 6. You gotta like drop it up here for some reason. 6, 5, 2, 1, 5, 4, 4, 3. We made more ones, so I'm just gonna stack the ones over here, I suppose, and we'll stack the 2s next to the 1s, I suppose, and put the 3s here, put the 4s here, and I don't know why we didn't get a 5 out of that. What did we need to... Oh, I think I fucked it up. A 5 would have given us a 6 and a 4. Where did our other 5 go? Did I not put a 5 in here? I mean, I could put a 6 in here to get a 6 and a 6. I could put a 4 in here. Where's our... We lost a 5. Wait a minute, it's not under another dice? What a... Oh, fucking Christ. This is so annoying. Double twice. Where did the 5 go? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, right? Triple dice value, double dice value. Return 3 of the difference between dice. Did I put the 1 and a 5 in here to get 3 4s? Oh god, that's what I did, didn't I? Ugh. Can we get a 5 again? Can you double something to get a 6 and a 5? Nope. Can you chisel a 5? Yeah, you can chisel a 6. So, we can get it back. Double the 6, and then chisel it, and it'll give us a 5 and a 1. But then we'll lose a 6, and we need a 6, but we'll get a 6 back. It's a max of 5. We can't double this. We got a double of 4. We may have screwed it up. If I screwed it up, whatever. We'll just do it again. We got a 2. Doppeled twice. 4. We got a 6 and another 2. We're gonna vice grip. A 6 and a 1. All of a sudden, We got our 5s back. We got 1, 2, 3, 5. That's not what I meant. I mean, you know what I meant. We got a bunch of 5s. So we got 5, 5, 5. Oh, 9, 5, 7. We got 3 5s. Doppel twice. What are we putting in doppel twice? We're basically only putting 5s in doppel twice. That makes sense to me. Because you get a 6 and a 4. You get your 6, you get your 4. So we got a 4. Chisel goes here. Vice grip goes here. Doppel twice goes here. You put the 5s in to get a 6 in a whatever, but first let's make sure we, no, don't put a 5 in there, you put a 6 in there. You put a 6 in there because when you double the 5s, you're gonna get 6s anyways. Get 6s, get 6s. All right, we got 6s, got 6s, got 5s, got another 4, got another 4. Chisel, a 4, you got a 1, you chisel the 3, you got 2, and you got another 1. All right. How many of these fucking dice are we gonna need? God damn it. We need a 1, a 2. No, we need a whole bunch of 1s, and then we need a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's all we need. All we need is 6 1s and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna need more dice because we need to get a bunch of 1s and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna need like a couple more 1s, I think. Although maybe we can just get that right now. Like put a 2, and then a 5 and a 4. You'll get a bunch of 1s. 2, 5, 4. Not enough. We have to go one more time. So doppel, chisel, vice grip. Make sure you make 5s. Most important thing, not 6s, 5s. Because then you turn the 5s into 6s. So now we got 2 6s. Don't end turn. Don't click the end turn button. That would be disastrous. Then we got 4s. Just chisel the 4s. Chisel the 3. Got a 1. Got a 1, got a 2, we made another 5. Every time we do this, we're making another 5 and a whole bunch more 1s. Now, do we have enough now? If we play a... I need another receipt. Give me... What is this? This is a grocery receipt. What did I buy? Tomato paste, garlic bread. I remember that. That was a good dinner. That was a great dinner. That was we should make some more pasta. Pasta's delicious. You guys like pasta? Make a nice little tomato sauce. You let it simmer on the stove. Put some like pork sausage in there. And then when it comes out, put a little bit of cream in there. Turn it a bit of a cream sauce. It's kind of delicious. Kind of tasty. Okay, we got a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 2, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 4. A whole bunch of 5s. A couple of 6s. If we spend a 2... a 4, and a 5, we'll get an extra 3 1s. That leaves us with 7 1s, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. So we probably created too many dice, but I think this will work, and we have enough of everything. So, we need to spend a 2, a 4, and a 5. 2, 4, 5. Alright, so we have enough dice now, I think. We have 6 1s. The Summon Harvest Scythe. We have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. We can harvest everything. So we won. 6. We won. 5. We won. 4. We won. 3. We won. 2. We won. 1. We've done it.